Yinzer's born in the late 60s, early 1970s. No doubt remembered a $6 million man and probably the greatest two-part TV episodes where he takes down Bigfoot. And I actually had this lunchbox when I was little. And in the 1970s, for some reason, some unknown reason, we went crazy for Bigfoot and aliens and the Bermuda Triangle. Played by Andre the Giant himself, WWF wrestler in 1976, but then in future episodes played by Ted Cassidy, the Lurch himself from the Addams Family. Spoiler alert, he was a bionic robot built by aliens until Steve ripped his arm off. And then there was the Sid and Marty Krofft morning variety show on Saturdays. This was Bigfoot and Wild Boy. That was a crazy TV show. And so welcome to Marionville, PA, folks, the home of the Bigfoot Festival, because Marion, PA sits on the very edge of the Allegheny National Forest, where there have been official documented Bigfoot sightings. So you better carb up at the Kelly Hotel with some bacon and eggs. Food wasn't too bad. If you're not up for breakfast food, don't worry. The Bigfoot Festival has tons of food. Food trucks, beverages. This whole street you're looking at, this whole street right here, was dedicated to food. And they have these nice pop-up tents with picnic area. So listen, you grab something to eat, get yourself a beverage, sit back and enjoy as we take you on a journey to Marionville, PA. So we begin in the Jenks Township Municipal Parking Lot, where we see here Tommy selling Bigfoot's choice of beef jerky. And I will put all of the links. I grabbed a lot of business cards, and I will put every business card I grabbed. Like this lovely lady had a bunch of beautiful crafts and artwork, wood carvings and stickers and T-shirts. And that's what was really a beautiful surprise, was all of the wonderful creativity and artwork here at the festival. But like I was saying, I'll put all the links of every business card that I picked up from every vendor down below in the description. So if you do see something, shoot me a question. I'll try to figure out which vendor it was. If you spot something that it's a must-have. Although it's all fun to look at, it is. I'll tell you, most of it is Bigfoot related. Like I'm talking like Bigfoot koozies. Here we got a Bigfoot fire pit, uh, Bigfoot charcuterie boards. Just about everything that everybody made was Bigfoot related. So this is definitely for, if you know someone who loves Bigfoot, this is where you're going to go to find them that perfect gift. So the first settlement family, their name was the Blood family. So this place was called the Blood Settlement. And then it's probably a good thing that they changed the name to Marionville after Marion Blood Hunt, the daughter of Cyrus Blood, was the founder of Forest County. And so Marionville is like located on the flat ridge line known as the Big Level. And it's part of the Allegheny Plateau. But Cyrus Blood, he cleared about 12 miles of forest for a road, and he built a house, and then he became like the man of the town. He replaced his log cabin and he built the sawmill, which was built on Salmon Creek, and then that's when the population began to grow. And where Cyrus Blood eventually became the mailman. He's the one that owned the tavern. He ended up teaching at the school. He would survey the land, and he had a mill. He had the sawmill, and he became an associate judge as well as the county commissioner. So he kind of like cleared the land, and then he got everything up and running and started everything. And his home served as both the tavern and the schoolhouse, where his daughter Marion taught school. Again, that's what the town's named after, Marionville. And he laid out the town in like a hub and spoke. You think of a wagon wheel. This was an uncommon way of designing a town, but it's I think Boston, and if you go to Washington D.C., that's why traffic is like at a gridlock, and it's no different at Marionville, PA. It's like there's one way in and one way out. A little word of advice: you got to come to this festival early. I really lucked out and came just as the festival was getting started, and I missed all the traffic. We'll show you the traffic at the end of this video and why you need to come early. So here's a t-shirt with Bigfoot riding a snowmobile. And Marionville, PA was known as the snowmobile capital of Pennsylvania for its MACA Cup High Point Championship snowmobile races. Attracted competitors from Maryland, Ohio, New York, Jersey, Connecticut, as far as Canada. They would come from all over in the 1970s to race snowmobiles. And sometimes Bigfoot's called the abominable snowman. So there you go. But the Bigfoot Festival has a full pack of scheduled events from Friday to Sunday, not just vendors and food. They've got live music. They've got geocaching where you hunt for Bigfoot all weekend long. And then they've got these speakers who have devoted their lives to finding Bigfoot. Oftentimes they've written books. They had like 6 or 7 speakers giving presentations about, educating people on Bigfoot. Now, here's the pickle guy. And I asked him, hey, are you going to Picklesburg? And he rolled his eyes. He said, you ever been to Picklesburg? There's thousands of people. And he's like, it's too crazy. I'm not going. And don't be mistaken. These are not funnel cakes. These are Bigfoot piles of poop. That's what they were calling them. And they were pretty delicious. And so, yeah, they also have the scheduled events. You also have a 5K race on Sunday. There's also a Bigfoot hunt call, kind of like a duck call. If you know how to call Bigfoot in the wild, there's a Bigfoot call contest. I don't know what in the world that sounds like when you're calling Bigfoot, kind of like a duck call. But I have no idea what that sounds like. But then the vendors, if you go to their website, you have a list of all the vendors. I couldn't believe how many vendors there were. This is the third alley, like the street of vendors that I discovered. And I'm not a big fan of government agencies, but I gotta tip my hat off to the United States Department of Agriculture, Allegheny National Forest Department. They were great. They were giving out free maps. They got a nice app for your phone. There were a bunch of them that were working, and they were friendly, answering everybody's questions. And it was just a really nice booth, a nice tent. Hats off to you, Allegheny National Forest. Thank you for a job well done. And right next to them was the Sportsman Club of Forest County, giving a raffling off 50-50 raffle for these rifles if you're a hunter. So that was a lot of fun. And there was some alcohol beverages to sample. Here's the winery, Bigfoot Winery, and then there was the distillery. I don't know a lot about whiskey, but this whiskey, it tasted really good to me. They had a lot of flavors. I had lemonade. I tried peach, and really, it was really a lot of fun. Look at all these flavors they had. And then there were also a couple breweries. I tried the one that was the official Bigfoot beer, the Lost in the Wild Brewery, and some really good brew. Check them out. And that's when I spotted yinzers. Of course, it's not hard to spot a yinzer. And of course, the one guy, he was double fisting his beer. That's one way, or the guy on the left. And then he has the American trout. I don't know if that's a trout or a bass. But then you got the guy on the right, dead giveaway, Steeltown, Pittsburgh, PA, with the little football and with 1933. That's a significant date for the Steelers. But that is for another Yinzology episode for another day. I said, Yin's guy's from the Berg. And they're like, yeah, how'd you know? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. But They're like, yeah, we're from Monroeville. So, yeah, we spotted some yinzers. Now, this woman, this is great. This was a great vendor. She was actually demonstrating her skills. She does chainsaw cuts and carvings, and she was demonstrating how she cuts out. She was making an alien ship out of wood, and she had a lot of great artwork in her booth. Here's some of her chainsaws. And in the final product, this is what it looked like at the end. But then she made these really cool guitar stands out of wood. But if you're looking for your next Halloween's coming up, you got some alien heads, and she made some really cool human skulls. And that one looked like Chewbacca. And some people think that Star Wars Chewbacca was inspired by Bigfoot, that Chewbacca is really a Bigfoot. Hats off to Marionville Volunteer Fire Company. They have some nice engines in the garage, and also local EMS and police. They were also there. Thank you for your service. And then we actually spotted Bigfoot himself. Yes, you can get your picture taken with Bigfoot, the big Sasquatch, the champion of hide and seek, the champion of social distancing. Although he came out to greet us. Look at that Bigfoot there. I don't know, that guy made. And here's the hunting regulations. If you're interested in participating in hunting, you need a license to be eligible. And it's $10. And all weekend long, you hunt for Bigfoot. It's really a geocaching. It's a lot of fun for young and old. And here's a little mini Bigfoot. Watch out. He's going to get you. Watch out. So even though we did spot a couple Yinzers, I don't think there were a lot of people from Pittsburgh. I don't think a lot of Yinzers know about this festival. And so I think there were a lot of people for sure, but I think they came from surrounding towns and areas like Jefferson County, Tionesta, Venango County, Pymatuming. There were local farmers and the Amish and the Harley Davidson bikers. But then there were folks from all over the United States that travel all over to go to various Bigfoot festivals. Be honest with you, wherever there's a national forest, you're going to find a Bigfoot festival. I think Washington, the state of Washington and California are neck and neck for the most Bigfoot sightings. But this one lady I met from Minnesota, she came from a Bigfoot conference, her and her husband. There are people from all walks of life here at this festival. It's the strangest thing. You're going to have a great time. And like I told you, you better come early. I missed all this traffic because I came early, because I told you there's only one way in and one way out. And look at this mess. Hey, this has been Double AP giving you another episode of Yinzology, the study of all things Pittsburgh, the having the mindset, the science of Western PA. And if you've liked this episode, please click the subscribe button. Then share this video, like this video, and by all means, let us know, comment below on anything that you've seen. If you remember growing up in the 1970s with Bigfoot, if you've actually been to this festival, hey, let us know. And until next time, be careful out there next time you go looking for Bigfoot, next time you go camping up there at the Allegheny National Forest. Now you know you need to watch out.